Hello and welcome to the stream. We're just gonna have about 5 or 6 minutes while we let people come in and get seated. If you're watching later on, just might want to skip 6 minutes or so. You'll know when it's changed because we'll be moving on to the meeting scene and then the itinerary. Thanks for joining. While we're waiting, if anyone does have any questions or anything, you can let us know and try and answer some. But otherwise, enjoy the intro music provided by Latent FM. Right, I suppose we best get started. Welcome to the first round circle meeting here at Sample Lobotomy Institution. It's basically a place where we're gonna learn and go over some things that are going on over at Producer AI at the minute, and we'll go through it all together. Over my right shoulder there is Linda. She is our resident in and out bookings. If you have any questions later on regarding becoming members, you can direct your questions to her. And over my left shoulder is Reese. He's the Latent FM in-house resident DJ and procurement officer. He is in charge of grabbing and getting all the music together. He's managed to make this for us, so I'm just going to leave it playing in the background. And just for a bit of ambience, so there's not too much dead air, I suppose. So yeah, move on to the itinerary. So just start with the initial welcome, which we've just done, and what we're going to be going over. So to start with, we'll be going through the memories on Producer AI, what they are, how they work, and how you can use them in your workflows. Then we'll be going over the amco, which is the automated music creation operator, and then heading into schema-driven creation mode, which is creating a schema to be able to curate a long playlist, and then onto the schema-driven generation mode, which is taking your creation schema and turning that into a full track list. And then we'll take some comments and questions if there's anybody around that wants to ask anything. After that, we'll head off into the hall, and it'll be a different stream. I'll leave a 3-hour set list playing for anyone who wishes to listen to some of the creations that have been made using this process. Thanks for joining us. We'll start by showing you the instructions that we're going to be going through. So this is my list of instructions that I have got. There's quite a few of them. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. I might have to click. There we go. Right, so we're going to be going over amco, which is, as I say, the automated music creation. Then the show maker, which is the sdcm, and then the generator, which is the sdgm. These will all be available at some point once I've worked them all out. The rest of them are weird, we'll put it that way. They don't all generate music. Some of them, like the field recordist, that'll help you go out and grab yourself some ambient sounds and how to best go about it. It's all weird ways to make your producer do what you want, or niche things, I suppose. So yeah, let's get started with the memories. What is that? There we go. Right, so to access your memories, you come to the main page and you'll find this little icon here. It's either here or at the bottom of your session list. And when you go in, you go to Customize Producer, and nice new little UI that they've added. I like it. We've got your memories mode there. What that is, default it's switched off. You have to turn it on, but it's already collecting memories about you even though you've got it turned off. As you can see here, there's quite a list of things that it's remembered about me. And as I said, by default it's turned off, but when you turn it on, you'll maybe have some stuff. If you haven't got some stuff, it'll build up as you're using the producer. It's not like ChatGPT's memories, where it literally, you say remember this and it'll remember it, or you have an in-depth conversation with it and then it'll just start remembering little snippets of it, and then it'll come back to it and start putting you in a mirror box is the best way I put it. It'll start consolidating into what you're talking about, and for most people, it'll drive you into a hole that you don't really want to be in. This, however, it takes, I want to say, like an average of the interactions that you've had with it, starting from your earliest concepts right through to something that you've recently done. They are automatic. You cannot trigger them, so you can't just say remember this and it will remember it. And you can delete ones that you don't think fit what you want it to work like. And I'm not 100% certain on how they work in the grand scheme of things with the producer, but there are ways that you can use them. There we go. I don't know when my mic cut out, if it even was going from the beginning. So I suppose the best overview of what I've just done. So we had the initial welcome. If you heard that, great. Basically going over the processes and everything, and the memory mode. A quick one. Memory mode is it learns about you and literally will work as you if you ask it to. It's automated, so you cannot prompt it to do it, and it will just build a brief about you as you go along using it. You can delete them. I'm hoping that all that went through and it just cut out. If it didn't, then I'm stupid. I should have checked first. I'm very sorry. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. So what I did was basically told it without touching my instructions. It's touched my instructions anyway because this is unless it needed to. And it used my amco schema workflow. I've asked it to outline the tracks, so then it's done the amco outlining for the tracks. I've asked it to batch generate them. It's stuck on thinking. It may not be stuck on thinking. There's a potential that it's actually running all of them in the background there, and it'll just spit them out once it's ready. I will go. Yep, there we go. So it spits out all 10 tracks. I'll just quickly go back to the instructions view, just in case I didn't cover them. So we're doing amco, show maker, and show generator. Amco's this one, schema driven music generation from vibe prompts. So vibing tracks out, all fleshed out with small micro schemas. You can have it embellish them if you want, but I just run it like this, and there we go. So I've got all 10 tracks. I should really switch that back off. There we go. So all 10 tracks there, done. Happy days. That's amco. I'm not sure why it's jumping on. I don't know if you heard that part, but I'm not sure why it's gone on to Spanglish. I'll have to check to see if there's something in there that says I like Spanglish. Instructions. No, there is. Spanglish, Spanglish, Spanglish. Not that I can see, so I'm not sure why it picked up on that. Oh, there we go. Implicit request lyrics in Spanish or Spanglish for certain songs. I had no idea why that's there. I mean, it makes some interesting songs, so I'm going to leave it. But I might remove that later on if it gets too bad. Right, so we have covered the amco there. What I will do now is go and grab the sdcm. And if you do want your own custom instructions, it's just under instructions and stick them there. So this one, amco, is the agnostic music copilot or automated music creation, and you supply your vibe and it designs a scaffold. This one, show maker, radio playlist, architect living inside, a structured schema describing show title. Right, no, that's the wrong one. I need this one. So this is my show generator, so it takes in a vibe, a mood, a prompt, such as like I've tuned in and heard, I imagine Sunrise, what the station did, an all remix marathon. So I'm going to save that one in. Go create a new session. And for this one, I'm going to design a station for an idle game. So I'm making a idle game that is a there's a gardening simulator, flowers grow and workers pick them. And Latent FM provides the backing tracks for this. You can put in the studio name if you want as your own. I just use Latent FM because I like the sound of it. So it says loop and gentle instrument tracks, lo-fi jazz layers, want to focus, cozy, chill, whimsical, playful. Mix. Did it not take my instruction? Use the instructions. It might be stuck on the old ones, it might not, we'll have to see. I might have had to do that and then start a new one. There we go, now, vibe pulse, so... The fantasy is returning pixel garden, sonic intent, blah 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 blah. So then it's building me a show scheme in which the title is Floral Loops, Garden Idle FM. Presenter, if it chooses to use the presenter's voice, would follow that. Backstory, city botanist, blah 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 blah. It's a shame that it don't go wide so we can go across it. 45-minute loops. It's not going to be 45-minute loops, but we'll see. And then any images. So we've got the show arc, starts soft drawn, mellow groove, then into whimsical mid-show spark, zen peak, and then gentle wind down. Transitions, it may or may not use those between tracks somehow. It'll describe it as it goes. And then it's got must play elements, things that should be there, call-in moments. I've not had it do them yet. And then just success metrics. And all we would do is copy that and change my instructions. I will be making a tool, hopefully, that will be able to quick swap between instructions. Window, no. So then that would be show maker. Yep. So I'll save that in, create a new session, just dump that in there. Ah, shit. Stop. I'll go make a new one. I want the show schema putting in. So then it'll summarise the show. Total songs 60, batch sizes of 10. Pacing gentle, and it's going to start filling it out. Right, yep, so start batches. And again, like the amco one, it'll start creating batches out of it. So like track 1, ambient FM sims, field recorded morning foley, which may or may not come out through the producer, may not have this kind of noise, but it'll do something nice anyway. And then it gives a small sound prompt. It leaves it loose, so that's my first 10. And just click continue. I'll batch up all 60. Which is how I ended up making the radio show that will be playing on a different stream after this. Just check my mic's still working. Yep, my mic's still working. sometimes it does stick. It thinks it's finished, it's stuck. You just refresh the page and it's done. So then next batch. So I'm just going to go through this until I've got all 60 tracks set out. Better stick the music onto loop, just in case we do overrun the length that's going. And again, it's stuck, so just refresh. Next batch. And again, it sticks there. I think it's got some sort of timeout on the website, so it just stops waiting for it to write it out, but it's received it, so that's fine. Next batch. As you see, we've gone through from dawn, the start of the show, technically, possibly what it's doing it. So we're starting off with the music, and then now we're coming into the final stretch. So we're going closed petals, dreamscapes, first lights. I have to refresh again. And last batch. Once these are all generated up, I'll put the playlist into the description so that you can listen to it yourself. Yeah, so we're in loops, respawns, idle hands, dream seeds, light and lanterns, sleep mode, and then sunrise. So now it's happy, the full show is locked in. Right, so it's asking me if I want to start a new project. I don't. What I want to do is start with batch generation of batch 1, please. But before I hit enter, because I've refreshed the website, I will just double check this. So I just have to go into Ghostwriter, turn it off Pro, put it back on Pro, and select the model just to make sure it's right, because when you refresh the web page, it's forgetting what you've got set and it's just defaulting back to normal default settings, which is Fuzz 2.0 and default Ghostwriter writer. Let's see if this works, if it's going to pull up the first songs, which is Dewdrop Overture. Click generate slot 1, see what it does. Hopefully it's not just track 1. Create the remaining 9 songs from the first batch. So it is a little lossy still. I'll have to go figure out the instructions. So these should now be the sprout stretch and onwards. There is 9 tracks there. I'm going to mute this. Sometimes you'll get this where there's 2 of them. Click choose, keep both. It just means you've got more strongs. There we go. So I've got 1 extra song, so you can always rename that one wherever it's just disappeared to. Did I click keep 1? Not keep both anyway. So batch 2 please. Should now just don't want it filling these out because it starts to fill your context and it'll say session unavailable. Create all of them, please. Oh, I missed 8. So then this should fire off the batch generation. Just double check. Yeah, we're using Pro, so that's fine. Yep, so there's the 10. So I presume the best way is use the keyword create, and then that will hopefully not pull them back into the chat. Again, it asks me if I want to. So just wait till they've all generated and the stop symbol goes away. Keep both. There we go. Right then. So I will now say create batch 3. No need to pull them back to chat. Just to align it a little bit better, create the batches, don't pull them into chat. Hardens the fact that I don't want them to type them back to me. There we go. Can't believe my microphone decided to die. I'm gonna have to get a new cable, I think. This time it didn't ask me if I want to. Let's just have a look, see if we've got any Spanglish or if they're all instrumentals. Probably mostly all instrumentals, because I haven't forced it to do lyrics, and also because it's an idle game, so you don't really want lyrics. I'll just click batch 4 and see what it does. There we go, yep, so it's happy now. I've told it to just generate me music. For instrumentals, you kind of half okay to do this way, because you're not going to get much in the way of any problems. You might, on some models, I'm not sure with Fuzz 2 Pro, get a couple of songs where it leaks through that there's lyrics in it. If that happens, you can always remove the vocal stem, run a cover on it, or have it tell the agent mute vocal stem and run a cover, and it should at least turn the ghosted vocals into a sort of instrument somewhere in there and you'll not notice them. Keep both. Batch 5. And only one more batch to go. Oh, we're on the final song as well, so we're going to end up looping back into the first set of songs. Which isn't a problem, because I think I've only got another 5 minutes in it, and then we should be done. It's been, what, 40 minutes? It's not too bad. And then final batch. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to do it. I should have really stipulated right at the beginning, generate batches and playlist, because I don't think it's going to be able to do it. I mean, I don't mind them not being in order in this one, but when it comes to some of the narrative ones, while that's generating, I'll go to my playlists. So, like, my narrative ones, like this one, which is, I forget what that one actually is. I think it was one where I was abusing the LLM, and then I had this one, which is where it's visitation from a bureaucracy, basically telling the person who did this off. Then I got a pilot show that has to run in order. Future artists, that can be run in any order because it's just pilots of upcoming fake artists. Each one's a unique genre and stuff. Timmy's first concert, that's a narrative story from start to end, so that has to go in order. The art gallery is something similar to what we're doing now. I placed it in an art gallery and says, what do we hear when we're there? The lunar missions, that one's a pretty decent one, start to end, rocket launch to the moon. Checkpoint Charlie, that's 10 songs. I don't know how to put it without it being a bad thing for YouTube, but it's Charlie's code name for something that you smell, and it's tri-border crossing, so he's going through 3 borders and eventually ends up in prison, and the rest is told within the story. Janitor of the Event Horizon, that one is a space janitor that's on a space station, and he's been tasked with going cleaning the windows, and there's a bit of an accident. Which these are all available on my profile, which I'll link in the description as well. Then we've got the experimental radio, which is one that I made tonight, which is the one that's going to be showcased in the experiment radio stream. And then this one, which we're listening to now, is the Latent FM holding music, which I generated specifically for this stream using the same process that we've just covered on this one. So now, create a playlist. If you're not bothered for vetting your music and you trust in the process, you let it do its thing. Now it's tripped out for some reason. Let's just see if it did actually create the playlist and put anything in there. Yep, so it's put all 60 songs in there. Happy days, job's a good one. 60 songs, ready for you to sit and chill out and listen to. What I do this for is just stick it on YouTube, play it as a stream like I'm going to do with the next one, and it's just 3 hours of idle music for you to listen to while you're studying, doing whatever, doing a live stream. Just head on, pick a video, let it play. Eventually I'll be putting them on as single tracks via DistroKid and a few other places. I may put them through Patreon later on if there's interest in that. Oh, no, not projects, playlist. Back. And then the final step to that is create a supporting Create the supporting image for the playlist and then animate it suitable for looping as the background video to a stream. So that is a nice enough image, I would say, to go as the playlist background image. So I will just grab that. That's the playlist. Edit playlist. I think, where is it? In there. There we go. Save. You can't put a video as the playlist image, unfortunately. Sessions. So now it's just generating the video up. You can do long music videos, they cost quite a bit. That's another feature that we could go through, but that might be next month once I've got credits back. So be the 27th, 28th of this month. I'll do a couple of music videos. I've done 3 this month, I think. There are 1600 credits every time, and they're 2 minutes in length. But if you want to make them for a full length song, then you would have to split it in half and then merge them together, which is what I did for the Tree song that's on my channel. These do take a little while. Usually a little bit quicker. It's looking like we're going to hit another hour again, which isn't a problem, I suppose. An hour out of your day to learn something about the system might be useful to you. So there we go. It has created a nice animation that I can stick behind the video, play it forwards. I would say I'd play it backwards, but that'd ruin it. The birds would be going backwards. It's unfortunate. I could stick that into another video generator and have it create the inverse part of the video. But there we go. So that is my workflow in a nutshell. Get some crazy mad instructions, stick it in it, make it go mental. As a bonus, just to round it off nicely, I will stick the field recordist one in that I made note to earlier on. I don't know if you heard me. Basically, I'm needing to get sound effects for a car game. Live recordings, exhausts, engines, and tires. In situ on the car, so I can do a dyno run for full range RPM and on track for other noise. Minimal wind noise. Except for when recording the wind. Now tell me where to go. So scout card, garage dyno room, trackside, idle revs and burnouts, gear shifts, RPM sweeps, tyre screeches, wind, midday, least traffic or wind, using a stereo shotgun on the windshield, redundant recorder, mount mics on chassis and near exhaust, moving vehicles, heat from engine, bystanders, capture chain. So what we'll need is a stereo shotgun and contact mics, cardioid contact mics, put shotgun IM behind the exhaust angled, so I'm not sure what a shotgun is. I think that makes it pick it up direct. The contact mic on the engine block or inside the cabin, omnis under the car for the tyres. Test for peak max RPM and headroom for backfires. And then run denoiser through here if you really want to do it. So you just upload your audio and run denoisers. I'm not sure if it has got a denoiser, but if it has, that'd be awesome. Trim and slice them to get the right points. Assemble loops together, resynthesize it. Spectral tool, so once it's got it, you can use it as a vibe or upload and extend. Or cover. Cover is probably a good way to do it. Changing the engine note, so you'd explain with the tags that it is X car and you want it to be Y car, maybe. You might have to try that one day. And then I can ask it for details, so detail a dyno run. I mean, it's giving me in CSV, but it's not formatted correctly. I'm going to work on that so that it'll display as a grid. So yeah, we've got some explanation how I'm going to do a dyno run. I'll just ask it for the tags now. So then the mood tags that we'd use, source tags, utility tags, what we might want to use them for, and then that is the tag format that you would want to use to store it for your own recollection. And then it's just asking me if I'm ready to go without even generating a song that time, because it's in a different mode. I could ask it to generate a song based off the tag. I've done it before. I'll just copy that in there, paste it in and say generate a track, but it won't do it because those tags don't exist. But it's something that, for example, if you were uploading your own sounds and wanting to work with them later, you could pull from your uploads this and say trim it here and here and stick it in the track between this point and this point by mixing it in, which we could cover again later on. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. 52 minutes, we're not done too bad. Thanks for watching it if you've got all the way to the end, and if you have any questions, as there's currently nobody on stream right now, so there's no need to sit and wait for questions. If you've got any questions, just drop them in the chat. Don't ask about the mic, because I'm sorry. I'll make sure I do it right next time. And yeah, thanks for joining, and hopefully that helps you. If you want the instructions, just let me know and I'll try and get them up on a website somewhere or into a tool that you can just add to your browser, like TamperMonkey. It's safe. I'll write it. I'm not going to be stealing any information from you, and I don't believe TamperMonkey themselves will steal anything from you. It just runs the scripts that it's given, and that'll help you one click, so you'll be able to come in here. I'll probably put it down here underneath instructions, a little drop down, just select it and click apply, and it'll, or even better, in here, a drop down next to this, and then you just click apply and it'll just send you instructions. Or even better, actually, I could just stick it in there. Yeah, probably better there, so you can just hot swap your instructions, and I'll have a point where you can save your own, and then also select from any of the ones that I've got available. And if you want to participate in uploading, there'll be an option for that as well. Yeah, thank you very much. I will let this song play out, and I shall catch you in the next one.